Welcome to MindforLife, for healthy mind to healthy body. This is Navya bringing to you another episode talking about healthy habits in eating. Today I'm very excited. Yet again, I'm going to be having conversation with our very own clinical nutritionist, Kylie. She has got 15 years of experience working nationally and internationally in the food industry. She has specially worked as a research and development chef for Fortune 500. And she was the professional contestant for MasterChef. So I'm so excited to talk to her about healthy habits for our kids. Are you wondering how to pack all those nutrients into your lunch boxes for your kids? Then stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. So over to you, Kylie. Tell us more about how to pack all those nutrients for our kids in their lunch boxes.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So can you please tell more about what it means, healthy eating for children?
It's such an important topic. As family women, we want to really nourish our families. There is a lot of talk about preconception health and what to do before you've had that baby and what's going to help grow that baby. Then all of a sudden it just seems to stop, and there is not a heavy focus on supporting the mother and then supporting that transition through birth and then into toddler years. And then what the heck do we feed them going through primary school and high school? Lunchbox food is one of the biggest questions that my clients ask. What do I feed my kids? What's healthy? And there's many more questions as well. My kids are very picky eaters. How can I get in more vegetables? Or my kids tend to graze a lot more than sit down for 3 to 6 solid meals a day. So how do I incorporate that grazing and kind of follow their intuitive eating pattern? So they're all really great questions.
So I'm really looking forward to know some of these answers, because these are some of the questions I have been pondering because I have 2 picky eaters at home. So can you please start telling us more about it?
Having a picky eater at home, it's really about following their lead on food, and rather than trying to force food that we think is healthy upon them, definitely following their lead with taste and things. I know you spoke about one of your children really loves, like traditional Indian food, and when we're talking about the paleo bread. So it's really taking their lead on that and maybe just mixing it up a little bit by grating more vegetables into the food. For my own son, I actually use nutraceuticals to ensure that he's getting the best of omega-3 fatty acids and your fat-soluble vitamins and zinc and a little bit of iron as well. We don't use fortified foods at home. So for all those people out there that don't know what fortified foods are, fortified means that the product actually has extra vitamins added into it by the manufacturers. So we try and get as much as we can through real food. And a great way to actually do this, when I make his granola in the morning, it has nuts and seeds and things. Always check so your child doesn't have nut allergies or seed allergies. But instead of pouring cow's milk over it, I make a green smoothie and tip that over it. So you're getting, spinach, apple, zucchini, and it's very blitzed up and it's in a smooth texture that they like. And it's, it tastes good.
Yeah, there are some really good tips. So what kind of ingredients we should be using, which is quite healthy and keeps them full for longer?
Good question, because you want to keep your kids full. They tend to sleep better on a full belly as well. And as all mums know, it is so important. Sleep is so important. So foods that really keep the child fuller for longer are your good fats, your avocados, good quality creams, butters, and if you're not going down the dairy path, nuts and seeds are another good substitute in that area. And those fats tend to keep you a lot fuller for longer. When we're looking at a balanced diet for kiddies, I think there was research that came out, I think it was by Deakin University, and that said kids were consuming mega amounts of protein and essentially they didn't need all that protein. Now, the research didn't actually identify where their sources of protein were coming from. And I believe protein is really essential for growing muscles, for growing brains, for growing bodies. But it's just where we source that protein. So just remembering vegetables contain protein too, grains contain protein. And it's about introducing those legumes and the chickpeas into the diet in a food combination manner that gives children complete protein.
Totally, because being a vegetarian myself, I'm having to use the different type of lentils and legumes for our protein substitute. So now I really want to know more about lunchbox tips, how to keep it healthy, how to keep it nice and fun for the kids.
Yeah, totally. And I think the best form of a lunchbox is, let's start with non-plastic. Get rid of your BPAs and plastic lunchboxes for kiddies and plastic water bottles. Let's stick to stainless steel is a really good option. And those stainless steel lunchboxes, the bento lunchboxes, so they have those little compartments, it really exposes the kids to a lot of different textures and flavors. So they can kind of have fun with it and be really tactile and get their hands in there. And having those compartments really helps the parents as well. So you can really fill your plate, really fill that big compartment up with lightly steamed vegetables. Vegetables are great. Making things like lentil crackers or just even like a nice lentil salad with cooked tuna. These are really great options. So if you think legumes and protein, which are your lentils, your chickpeas and things, and making beautiful little salads with that, and steamed vegetables or cheeses or even cured turkey. That's a really big win for me. I feed Flynn, my son, really good quality and ethically sourced turkey.
Sounds really good. I think all some really good tips there. And can you tell us a bit more about 5-a-day concept? What these 5-a-day actually means?
We're talking 5 fruit and vegetables a day. It is the coined term, and the research was saying, hey, there's a lot of kids that aren't getting your 5 a day, and it's a way of really simplifying and making sure as a parent you've like ticking those 5 boxes. So a really good way to do it again is that green smoothie in the morning. It's just so helpful because you can load it up, it tastes good, add a little bit of lemon and it breaks through that sweetness, and then they can essentially get it. Because if we're only eating 3 meals a day, how are we meant to get the 5 in? But also including colours of the rainbow. Let's get the kids used to eating different textures. Purple cabbages and white cauliflowers and green beans, and really making it a fun exploratory process and not a really rigid, you must eat those green peas.
Sounds good. I think getting the kids involved with the process of preparing the lunch boxes will be a good idea. It was so wonderful talking to you, Kylie, today. Thank you so much for sharing such wonderful information with us. So all of you out there, if you're wondering to get some support, go to our website, www.mindforlife.org.au. This is Mind for Life, for healthy mind to healthy body.